Chairman, University Secretary, honoured guests, friends and family, and most importantly, graduands. It's a great pleasure to see you all here today and to be able to welcome you to this graduation ceremony. I'm particularly pleased to be able to welcome Annabel Turpin, Chief Executive and Artistic Director at ARC Stockton Arts Centre, as our guest speaker today. ARC is a thriving arts centre with an admirable national reputation, and the school is fortunate to have had a partnership agreement in place with ARC since 2019. This is the second time that the magnificent Church of St Kilda has been our graduation venue, and I'm extremely grateful to Reverend Verity Brown for being so willing to make the church available to us and for her help in organising events. Everyone else here should be extremely grateful that we've now been able to revert to our usual January timing, as the headland can be rather chilly in December. Back last December, for those of us in academic dress, it was a novel but unwelcome experience to be grateful for the additional layers. I'd like to be the first today to honour the contribution of our students. The school is a relatively small family, and whilst each year I'm impressed by the dedication of my colleagues, I'm sure that they would acknowledge that it's the contributions from our students to the life of the school that make it special. So I invite my colleagues and guests here to stand and join me in giving our graduates a round of applause to recognise their unique places in the life of the school over their time with us. Thank you. You'll hear more from me later, but I'm now pleased to welcome Mr. Tim Bailey, our Chair of Governors, to formally open proceedings.
Honoured guests, University Secretary, Governors, Principals, staff and friends of the school, graduands and your families, welcome. I opened this awards ceremony in July 2022 with a sense of great expectation. The Northern School of Art is in the business of education and an education business. The oversight of that undertaking is keen-eyed and exhaustive, but revolves around one simple objective: to steer the raw, talented, perhaps awkward, and wide-eyed arrival through suggestion and opportunity, challenge and stretch to today, your departure, at least from undergraduate. Armed with insight and rigour of practice, confident that you can and will make a contribution in the world. I encourage you to be brave and inquisitive, ambitious and far-sighted. The creative industries thrive because of practitioners like you who want to push boundaries, follow their instincts and make change. As Robert Frost puts it perfectly in his famous poem, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. We will enjoy seeing you flourish and thrive as you alter the way the world looks, how it feels, how that image making is captured, and creates cultural and societal shift. No small task, but I imagine you feel like you're up to it. In seeking to achieve this, I hope that in your time at the school, you've come to recognise the value of making and being part of networks within the creative sector. Networks of knowledge and business intelligence, networks for commissions and advocacy, networks of support organisations and individuals. The sector has many people who, like you, are skilled, talented and hungry, but need organisation, backing and promotion. The school has been extremely fortunate to have a network of partners in the sector, and I am delighted today to invite the head of one of the local organisations in this network, our guest of honour here, Annabel Turpin, Chief Executive of ARC Stockton, to address the convocation. Thank you.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, congratulations to each and every one of you celebrating the completion of your degrees today. Achieving a higher education degree is no easy matter at the best of times. They are, by their nature, designed to stretch you, to challenge you, to test you. But I can only imagine that you've had a little more to contend with over the last 3 years than I had when I graduated. So well done, you made it. Today is about celebrating that. I was truly honoured to be asked to speak today. And truly honoured might sound like a cliche, like something people should say on an occasion like this. But I couldn't think of another way of describing it. I've been such a long admirer of the Northern School, and we've been delighted to build such a strong and rewarding partnership with you over the past few years. It's led to the presentation of some brilliant performance and film work at ARC, which has enriched our programme and provided fantastic experiences for our audiences. To be asked to speak to you today, to share this occasion with you, really is an honour. So in preparing for today, I indulged myself a little in reflecting on my own journey from graduation to this point. I graduated on my 21st birthday, and I've been working in the arts for more than 25 years. I love my job, and I feel as passionate about the value of arts and culture as I did when I began my career. Your contribution to the world as the next generation of creatives is going to help shape how we live, how we understand each other, and what our experience of life is going to be. You're going to play a vital role in the lives of the people you encounter in your careers. I want to share 3 things that occurred to me as I was reflecting, which I hope might be useful to you as you make your next steps. The first is that it's fine not to know what that next step is yet, and even if you do, you don't have to commit to it for life. I chose my A-levels convinced I wanted to train in law. By the time I was applying for universities, I had no idea what I wanted to do and ended up studying education and psychology. I left university having secured a place to join West Midlands Police, but I suspect I wouldn't be standing here now if I'd taken that place up. I changed my mind at the last minute, worked as a chambermaid for 9 months, and used experience gained as an event steward whilst I was studying to secure my first job in the arts as a duty events manager. No careers officer mapped that out for me, and despite my love of theatre, I ended up doing a job I didn't even know existed. So take your time, don't feel rushed into deciding on a career, and take any chance you can to gain experience of doing different jobs. I'm not going to pretend that chambermaiding was the best 9 months of my life, but it genuinely gave me an insight into how the hospitality industry works, and that has proved useful. And I still do a mean hospital corner when I'm making the bed. The second thing is about being yourself. As I've got older, I've concluded that we all spend way too much time trying to act like other people, and we'd all be much better off just being ourselves. That can be really hard to do, though, as we're so often in situations where it feels like there's a right way to behave or a right type of person to be. This is very true in the creative industries, but in most other walks of life as well. No matter how old or experienced you are, there will definitely be times in your life when you feel like an imposter. I feel a bit like one stood here now. Who am I to be talking to you? What useful things can I have to say? I'm not a famous artist or actor or designer. But the point is, we need different people. People who are confident in themselves, in their thoughts, their opinions, and lived experiences. Because we need change. If we all keep doing the same thing, behaving in the same way, adopting the same ideas and behaviours, allowing the same kind of people to dominate, nothing will change. We'll just end up with the same thing. If we're going to make the world a better place to live in, a more equal place, a more sustainable place, and a more creative place, then we need many different people to stand up, to speak up, and to make change happen. If you do find yourself in a situation where you feel like an imposter, where your experiences, your views, your identity feels different to everyone else's, please remember that's why it's so important that you're there. You are all the more valuable because you're bringing a different perspective. The third thing I wanted to talk about was independence. I grew up striving for independence, seeing that as something great to achieve in all aspects of life. Living on a farm in the middle of nowhere, I used to cite learning to drive as being the best thing I'd ever done because it gave me so much independence, even though I still had to ask my parents to borrow the car. Whether you're talking about being an individual not dependent on others, or being an organisation not dependent on other organisations, I saw being independent as a sign of strength. In my first few years at work, I was definitely guilty of trying to do too much myself, trying to prove a point that I was independent and capable of doing my job on my own. As I've got older, I've realised that it's not independence that makes the world a great place to live and work in. It's interdependence, the dependence of two or more people or things on each other. We're stronger when we work interdependently, when we let other people's ideas, perspectives, and lived experiences influence what we do. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and we're better when we work together because we can benefit from everyone's strengths and support areas of weakness. When I first started at ARC, my job was to choose all the work we presented. And over time, I've realised that's a terrible model. How can one person represent the needs and interests of communities as diverse as ours and be an expert in everything? Now, many different people, other staff, artists, partners, and local residents are involved in deciding what we do. And our programme is all the richer and more relevant to our communities as a result. Yes, I'm dependent on them to deliver parts of my job, but the results are so much better. Setting out to be interdependent means asking for help. And whether it's in a personal or professional setting, that can feel really difficult. There's lots of reasons why. It can feel like admitting weakness or that you failed in some way. You're being judged. Maybe other people seem too busy or you feel like a burden. Sometimes there's an expectation that you'll be self-reliant, or you don't know who to ask, or don't feel you have permission to ask. Sometimes you don't even know you need help. But how do you feel when people ask you for help? Often, being asked for help is actually a really positive thing. Most people really appreciate being asked. It makes them feel good that you think they can do something for you. It's rewarding to help someone else, and in a work setting can often make things more efficient or avoid future problems. Ultimately, being asked for help makes us more confident as individuals because subconsciously we're acknowledging that someone else thinks we're good at something. We're actively trying to cultivate a culture at ARC where asking for help is the norm because we recognise that helping each other makes us more interdependent, which strengthens us as an organisation. It also builds a spirit of generosity, something I think fundamentally makes the world a better place. Be generous with your time, your words, in sharing your skills and experience. So as you've heard, my way of succeeding in the world is to be open-minded about your career path and don't let other people rush you. Be yourself and be proud of being different to other people. And work to be interdependent, not independent, asking for help when you need it. And one final thing, be curious. We live in a fascinating world that is changing faster than anyone could have imagined at the point I graduated. What you've learned in your time here is only the beginning. We're all learning constantly. Your job is to navigate and shape the future. So be curious, ask questions, treat nothing as off limits. Please go and change the world. Thank you and good luck.
This is the bit you've all been waiting for, or you've come to see. So I would encourage you to, as names are read out, to celebrate in any way that you see fit. Clapping, cheering, everything is promoted here. Okay. So, we're going to start with acting for stage and screen. Alfie Beaumont Payne. Claire Bell. Eli Berry Martland. Gemma Blake. Andrew Bradley. India Robertson. Joseph Casling. Connor Dorian. Joshua Fletcher. Neve Gray. Rhiannon McMahon. Eve Robertson. Georgia Robson. Declan Sowerby. Elise Thompson. So we're moving on to film, TV and theatre production. Anna Bant. Reese Bruce. Jack Colley. Nicole Conning. Scott Dugdale. Oscar Thitchett. Talia Martin. Ether McKeown. Adam McLean. Courtney Milburn. Faith Murphy Brown. Megan Parsley. Hannah Richardson. Connor Shepherd. Robert Southwood. Ethan Strachan. Robert Tweedale. Leonard Villamore. Stephen Gibbs. For production design for stage and screen. Irma Crichton. Shania Hurd. Patricia Mays. Kerry O'Connor. Francesca Pajovic. Jade Parkins. Jordan Peel. Jana Popova. Holly Russell. Sophie Skilcorn. Holly Speakman. Timothy Rowland.
Thanks very much.
For visual effects and model making, Ella Berry. Callum Dixon. Monica Harris. Isabella Hill. Jacob Jones. Damien Rembecki. Hannah Thompson. Thank you, everybody. Aspect. So go for it. So we are starting with digital design and advertising. Sarah Cowell. Megan Graham. Natalie Gray. Melissa Mullaney. Alexander Smiley. And now for graphic design. Mia Anjoy. Lucy Brown. Ellie Dixon. Ronya Yartella. Hannah Emerson. Jordan Forrester. Emily Gibson. Callum Hayes. Rebecca Jones. Genevieve Lloyd. Toby Pierce. Owen Scott. Gemma Sully. Shannon Starling. Erin Sunderland. Elliot Tuck. Lucy Waite. Sophie Whitworth. Emma Wilkinson. Nathan Wilson. We're now moving on to fine art. Lauren Breed. Lucy Brown. Josie Carter. Sophie Coleman. Abby Donnelly. Harry Fraser. Ellie Jones. Leah Kelly. Nadine Micklewright. Charlie Mupenga. Sabah Shafiq. Adam Shaw. Chloe Smith. Eve Springhall. Anna Tompkinson. And now for illustration for commercial application. Jade Agar. Eleanor Bartlett. Katie Bullas. Bethany Carr. Hannah Clark. Hannah Collins. Abby Cuthbert. Bailey Edwards. Jasmine Jefferson. Callum Pickthall. Lily Marshall. Caitlin Marie Pitts. Jasmine Proudfoot. Becky Randall. Helen Rawson. Conrad Spooer. Quinn Stewart Holmes. Megan Irwin. Thank you. So we're starting with commercial photography. Amy Jane Brown. Theo Cook. Tabitha Gallant. Georgia Gill. Georgia Harvey. Phoebe Morris. Holly Tate. Emily Woods. So we're moving on to photographic practice with moving image. Jade Armstrong. Abigail Butterworth. Thomas Curry. Grace Eade. Lee Mason. Fiona McClurg. Bethany Mitchell. Jade Robinson. James Tappenden. Debbie Todd. So, for costume interpretation with design, Isabel Anderson. Bethany Jane Buttell. Emily Clyburn. Niamh Furlong. Charlie Hughes. Lee Kane. Tara McBride. Holly Palfreyman. Isabel Patterson. Lucy Rose. Fern Ross. Keris Ann Springall. Caitlin Stimson. Lee Telford. Catherine Tomlinson. Catherine Walker. And now for fashion with body contour. Paige McKay. Luke Honeywell. Molly Dixon. Keely Bennett. And now for textiles and surface design. Donna Octaloony. Chloe Bell. Chloe Amelia Boyd. Kira Bradford. Owen Davies. Olivia Hood. Sarah Howitt. Kieran Malbon. Grace Potter. Molly Prosser. Jessica Ralston. Estelle Ronald. Linda Rose. Tippy Shannon. Millie Shaw. Stephanie Shaw. Louise Simmons. Lydia Thompson. Billy Joe Trousdale. Leah Webster. That's everyone. Thank you very much. Well done.
On behalf of the Principal and Vice-Chancellor of Arts University Bournemouth, Professor Paul Gough, I confer on these students the awards for which they are qualified. Congratulations to you all. (2022) marks the 10th anniversary of the validation partnership between Arts University Bournemouth and the Northern School of Art. Some people may be surprised that an arts university on the south coast of England would have a partnership up here in the northeast, and it's true that there is a geographic distance between the two institutions, something that we're reminded of every time we make the journey. But in other ways, these two institutions are extremely close. We both believe passionately in and are committed to the value of specialist creative arts education, an environment in which students know that every one of their peers will be bringing creativity and individuality to everything that they do, resolving projects and performing work in their own unique way. This ceremony is an opportunity for us all to celebrate the results of that creativity, to look forward to the impact that you have had in your time at the Northern School of Art and the impact that you will go on to have throughout your creative lives. What does it mean to be a graduate these days? It's a long list. The ability to communicate clearly and effectively, to be adaptable, resilient, to think creatively, to solve challenges, to collaborate, to play an active part as global citizens, to behave ethically and with responsibility to the planet, the very earth we walk and the air we breathe. I used words like adaptable and resilient, and since March 2020, you've had to show true depths of creative resilience and fortitude, and you have succeeded magnificently. A 3-year experience like no other before it. We've all had to battle on amid ever-changing restrictions, interruptions to our lives on an unprecedented scale, and the uncertainty of not even knowing what you'll be allowed to do next week. And just look at your achievements. To be a successful graduate, it's not enough to attain the technical skills, architectural modelling, digital manipulation, coding, composing, whatever that might be. Those skills are essential, yes. But what each of you has shown is that you can combine this creative and technical aptitude with the so-called soft skills I mentioned before. And as we know from the industries that we work with, they aren't just soft skills. These are the essentials that will future-proof you, that will equip each of you for life and work in the future. A world of work awaits you. Don't underestimate the scale and power of the creative industries globally. In the UK, it's larger in volume and generates greater GDP than the automotive industry, aeronautics, life sciences, and the oil and gas industries all rolled into one. Each of you has the skill set, the adaptability and resilience to step bravely into this complicated world as a graduate. So we at Arts University Bournemouth are very proud of our partnership with the Northern School of Art, and we're especially proud of the creative work produced by the graduates here today. Specialism encourages you, requires you to take a chance, to find your own personal way. And as Michelangelo said in this regard, the biggest risk is not that we aim too high and that we miss, but that we aim too low and that we achieve. I'd like to share a poem with you to close. It's very short, it's by Apollinaire, and it goes like this. Come to the edge, we might fall. Come to the edge, it's too high. Come to the edge. And they came and he pushed and they flew. On behalf of the Arts University Bournemouth, we wish all the 2022 graduates here today a safe flight as they embark on their creative careers, and they do so with our very best wishes and our most sincere congratulations. Good luck and well done to you all.
Honoured guests, friends and family, and now graduates. When I showed up for my first day at work at the Northern School of Art back in 2008, I thought it would resemble the other universities and colleges that I'd either worked in or advised over the years. I was very wrong. For better or worse, and I'm sure it's mainly a positive, the school is much more like a family. To quote the late comedian Les Dawson, families are like fudge, mostly sweet, with a few nuts. I think that as a school, we're very happy to welcome and celebrate the presence of the nuts in our fudge, at least as much as the fudge itself. Much more prosaically, to quote the American author Trenton Lee Stewart, family members can be your friends, and best friends, whether or not they are related to you, can be your family. Standing here today, I'm reminded of my own graduation, which took place on a sunny day in July 1986. The gentleman making the equivalent of this speech on that day was Sir Edward Parkes. The fact that I can't recall a single word that he said means I have complete confidence in saying to the graduates here today that, notwithstanding any alcohol consumption later, you will fail to remember much of this speech by tomorrow and none at all by next week. However, what I do recall very well are the friends that sat with me on that day. Those few close friends have been friends for life. We shared experiences of a time that would never come again for us. As someone once wrote, it is by chance that we met, by choice that we became friends. I'm sure that for the graduates with us today, some lifelong bonds of friendship have been forged that will stand the test of time and distance that circumstance will place before them over the years. Perhaps, graduates, you too may, like me, come to consider that your best friends are like family. Earlier on, I invited some applause to mark the contribution of the graduates here to the life of the school. But graduates, that applause was only a small reminder of the help, encouragement and support shown to you over the years by your families, friends, loved ones and our staff. I think that this is a fitting opportunity for you to stand and show your appreciation of that backing by giving those of your supporters who are here today a rousing round of applause. So please stand. They're supposed to applaud you. And I have to say, you need to do better. That's it. I'll let you off now, guys. Sit down. In terms of acknowledging things, I should acknowledge the debt that the Northern School of Art owes to those who've made today possible. First, Reverend Brown for the use of her parish's wonderful church. Second, Annabel Turpin for being our splendid guest speaker today. Next, the Arts University Bournemouth for the continuing assistance and quiet encouragement that they've shown to the school for the past decade, and particularly, personally, John Renyard, University Secretary, for his notable part in that institutional backing. I also recognise the ongoing support of both the Tees Valley Combined Authority and Hartlepool Borough Council. That event later will be in a Hartlepool Council building is one small sign of the support that councillors and council officers provide to the school and to its students. So it's therefore a fitting opportunity for me to mark the school's appreciation of that support here today. Moving on, John Cleese said that nothing will stop you from being creative so effectively as the fear of making a mistake. It's a sentiment that goes to the essence of art and design education. I hope that all of our graduates here today have felt supported during their time at the school and hence able to make mistakes without fear of judgment, but also that they have received constructive feedback in order to improve. As the late Steve Jobs once said, when you make mistakes, it's best to admit them quickly and get on with improving. Scott Adams, the cartoonist and creator of the Dilbert comic strip, said, Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. I hope that during their time at the school, today's graduates felt that they had the freedom to make mistakes and that they've learned which ones to keep. I know that we all wish them good luck for the future, and I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your celebrations today. It's now my pleasure to call upon Mr. Tim Bailey, our Chair, to formally close proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Raby, or less formally, Martin. You've rightfully guided thanks to all corners of the school's family, but before closing, I'll take this opportunity to reflect that thanks back to you for a moment. Your skillful leadership makes arriving at celebratory days like this appear easy. We know it is not always so, and wish to acknowledge here the significant role you have in maintaining the quality in teaching at the Northern School of Art that results in the successes we witness here today. You all look fabulous, by the way. I didn't say that in the earlier ceremony, so take that as a double plus. What a delight it has been to see so many smiling faces from both those receiving and reaching this milestone and those watching on with pride, both full of anticipation for the potential that lays outside the doors of St. Hilda's. Let nothing hold that back any longer. I declare this third graduation award ceremony of 19? My goodness, showing my age, 2022 closed.